June Stephenson, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the books that are on this web page that Nguyen has set up for me. It was interesting to me to see a list of all of the books that I've written. There are about 20, and to try to decide if there was any common denominator. And the common denominator that I found is, it seems like every book answers a question, whether it's a research. Well, for instance, on my book Tyrants in Our Time, I knew that Hitler had a terrible childhood, that he was beaten every day by his father. His older brother ran away because he couldn't stand the beatings. So I wondered if other dictators had similar backgrounds. So I studied the childhoods and then what they had accomplished in their dictatorship and how they were ousted if they were. And yes, there's a definite common denominator, and that is humiliation in childhood, which is unabated. There's no ameliorating circumstance in their childhood that offset that. They couldn't depend on their mothers, because if the child was being beat, the mother dared not interfere or she would get beaten. Anyway, that's just one, and I won't go on. There's one funny little book, kind of, it's all right to get old. You know, sometimes we feel a little shame that we're getting old. We look in the mirror and we say, "Oh, I'm so sorry you have those wrinkles." And this was a lighthearted book of poetry, actually, and it was a really good seller. I've been to many writer conferences, and they break up into poetry, journalism, fiction, mystery writing, and so forth. And when I went into the poetry section, I had never written much poetry. The professor who was leading the discussion said, "Well, don't think you can ever make money on poetry." And that was a real challenge to me, because I thought if I got the right market, the right subjects to read these poems, I would have a success. And yes, I did, because it's entitled, "It's All Right to Get Old. You're Forgiven for Getting Old." Well, thank God we do get old. One of the best accomplishments of my life was that I turned 90 last year. And I just feel so proud of that, as though I had something to do with it. Well, I guess I did, indirectly. Anyway, I'm on my way getting my books into email, and I have to thank Ted so much. Okay, I love having my own website, and I love this website that you're setting up. I don't quite understand why I'm on social media. To make friends. I have a lot of friends, and I need to pay attention to them rather than attracting new friends, but I'll get the hang of it. I've been in contact now with people I haven't seen in like 30 years, so there is value there, and I appreciate getting on to that.